Wicked science. Directions. Use your knowledge of the scientific method to answer the following questions. Number 1. Jerome and Jeremy live next door to each other and are both very scared of bats. They know that lots of bats come out in their neighborhood on Halloween, and they want to see if bat repellent spray will help keep them away. Jerome buys a can of Bat Be Gone repellent and sprays it all over his property, while Jeremy doesn't spray anything on his. Every night for 1 week, they count the number of bats that show up in their front yard between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. A. What is the independent variable in Jerome and Jeremy's experiment? B. What is the dependent variable? C. Which is the control group? And D. What is a possible hypothesis for this batty experiment? Number 2. Wendy, the Wicked Witch, is gearing up for her favorite holiday, Halloween. Every year, all the witches get together and do obstacle courses on their brooms. Wendy goes to the practice course, and she is able to finish in 8 minutes on her old broom. She really wants to buy a fast new one so she doesn't come in last place. There is a broom salesman that tells Wendy that she can test drive 3 brooms around the obstacle course. The problem is, Wendy isn't really sure how to do an experiment to determine which broom she should buy. In the space to the right, write an experiment that Wendy could do to determine which broom is the fastest. A. Wendy's experiment. B. What is the independent variable? And C. What is the dependent variable? Number 3. Peter loves growing things in his garden and really wants to have a huge pumpkin to enter into the pumpkin contest. He hears that exposing pumpkin seeds to radiation before planting them will make the pumpkins grow bigger. He decides to put 20 pumpkin seeds in the microwave for 1 minute and then plant them. He also plants 20 regular seeds just in case the radiation killed them. Every week, he measures and records the circumference of his pumpkins. After 2 months, the pumpkins exposed to radiation hit an average circumference of 91.4 centimeters, and the ones without had an average of 92 centimeters. A. What would be a good title for Peter's experiment? B. What is the dependent variable? C. What is the independent variable? And D. Use evidence from this experiment to draw a conclusion. Number 4. 10 kids in the neighborhood wanted to see if the 5 girls or the 5 boys would get more candy on Halloween. The girls thought they would win because everyone would think they were so cute, and the boys argued that their scarier costumes would get them more candy. After 3 hours, each child counted how many pieces of candy they had collected and recorded them on the table below. So person 1, for the girls, got 246, boys 140. Person 2, 202 and 172 for the boys. Person 3, girls 204, boys 194. Person 4, for the girls 148, boys 296. Person 5, for the girls 200 and boys 198. A. What is the independent variable in the kids' experiment? B. What is the dependent variable? C. What is a good title for this experiment? D. What is the average number of candy pieces that each group collected? So what's the average for the boys? And what's the average for the girls? And then E. Use evidence from this experiment to draw a conclusion. In the next part, the directions say, in the space provided below, create a graph of the data above. Make sure to include titles for the graph, each axis, and a key.